Okay guys, so this is a Rockford's airport, international airport, but you know, in the early morning it looks like really the most empty airports I ever seen in my life. And the Enterprise rental was opened at just 8 a.m. At this time I've got the car Ford Fusion. This is a hybrid. Also, I have to notice that actually all the cars that I rent during this trip is supported by a guy named Rusty. He runs servers at isrusty.net. Now we depart to Omaha. Let's go. The rain starts. Nice. Now it's time to set the navigator. I use just a usual Google Maps in the regime of navigator, and so always it worked good. Okay, God bless. We drive from Rockford's airport to Omaha, and you know the weather is not good at all. It's interesting, I record this take just in 2 minutes after the previous one. We just went through the huge cloud of rain. I've seen nothing. And now it's just a clear vision, absolutely a clear picture. We can notice that here was not even the rain. I drive 77 miles per hour because many of you used to tell me that 9 miles per hour over the limit is okay. I hope so. I really don't want to get a ticket for speeding.
Сверните на съезд направо.
Illinois is over and we successfully transferred into the Iowa. Almost a year ago I did an interview with an Iowa band from Russia, and now I'm just in an Iowa state. The weather is kind of variable today, but in our car it's always pretty warm. You know, Vika is sleeping now, relaxing. Oh, that's why we are taking so-called full-size cars by the version of Enterprise. So Vika have enough of space on the back seat. Omaha. We are in Omaha, Nebraska. This is the middle of our way. Omaha. Omaha.
Поверните направо. Затем поверните направо. Поверните направо. Затем ваше место назначения будет слева.
Поверните направо. Затем ваше место назначения будет слева.
It's Omaha, Nebraska state, and right now we're located in the downtown of this, together with Roberts and Thomas. That's the guys who have met me and my family here in Omaha. We came to the place Tom will tell us about.
Okay, the Americans originally came to the East Coast. We got to the East Coast, and over generations we decided to settle the West. So how did we get from the East Coast all the way to California? And I'm gonna have you flip around, and this is how we did it. This display is a 4-horse display with the wagons. This is a water tank. This is a wash basin. Those are tie downs for the horses or the cattle to keep them from running away at night. They'd have a shovel to dig out. And here I think everybody knows, this is a plow. This is what they plowed the earth with to plant crops when they got to their destination, or when they decided to stop for 6 or 8 months. Over here you have a sickle. Now they use a broad axe to build the house to cut the corners of a log cabin. Kid would ride up top. Dad's driving the wagon. Watch your step. This is typical dressing that they wore back then. Child is driving the wagon. Dad's back here. He's carrying a musket.
Back in those days, I know that there was not the police and everybody had to have a gun that to protect themselves.
Yes.
And so that's why, is it true that that's why now Americans are so sensitive about everything what is about the gun laws?
Yes.
The police and actually the government was created as just, you know, the management.
Now this is why you have a thing like Hillary and Donald Trump going at it. Hillary wants to do more government. Trump wants to do less government. It never ends. This is a female cow with an udder. They take that milk for the baby, and the mother would also use it.
It's how is the average family looked like and how they dressed, right?
Yes. This kid's probably 15 or 16, and he's got a musket. And he's got a dog, a hunting dog. Now this is an oxen wagon. It's being drawn by oxen. Pretty much the same setup. Got a pickaxe, a broad axe. Mom's having the kids ride. He would be the lead of the wagon train. His job is to direct all these people to where they're going out west, to keep them all together, and of course they have to all remain together for self-defense.
This composition of sculptures have a huge historical meaning. It tells the story.
Yes.
Omaha, Nebraska.
Omaha is an Indian name. It used to be a tribe of Indians. Got the family in the wagon. It's another oxen. This, of course, is a whip. Sometimes you would have to whip the animals to try and get them to pull harder to get the wagon unstuck or whatever. They probably still do that to this day. It's just so we don't pull wagons around. Okay, this would be the hunter for the wagon train. And he would scatter off away from the rest of the wagon train with his rifle. He'd carry with him. He'd tow behind him a pack horse. Normally it was a mule. And as you see here, he's brought back at least 2 deer to feed the wagon train. Pistol was probably used to finish off any wounded animal rather than wasting a rifle shot.
Right across the streets from that sculpture, here is another one. This is a buffalo.
Also known as an American bison. The Native American Indians lived off these. When they would kill one, they would use every part of it. They would use the bones. They would use the hide. They would eat the meat. The hide would become clothing, shelter, everything.
I know you guys have an NHL team called Buffalo Sabres. Buffalo.
Yes.
And it seems like the whole city which is called Buffalo then.
Now I've got a special treat for you here. The artist, when he did this one, He wanted to show the existence of the buffalo still in the area.
The power, right?
Yes. I thought it was a pretty good idea by the artist to do that.
That took a lot of time to carve in around that rock.
And this is like a buffalo kid when it's
Baby buffalo.
Baby buffalo. Nebraska. The spirit of Nebraska, wilderness, first National Park 2002. That's where we are now, right?
Named after First National Bank.
Got it.
They paid for this park. Here in the Midwest of the United States, we have a yearly migration of geese, sandhill cranes, ducks. So that's all this is for. They follow the Missouri River. So that's why they incorporated them, because every fall we see them flying overhead.
And now we drive to the north of Omaha. This is an area which is called Country Club Hills. We came here because I really want to look at the golf field, because never in my life I have seen yet the real field for golf. This is a Country Club Hills. We're inside in the field for golf right here. And we will stop there, but before we will stop, I want to make a little loop that to tell you my impression and so my notice so far about the neighborhoods of the United States. It's interesting, but being here, you know, please show this all around, but it seems like all the neighborhoods in the United States, no matter where they are kind of similar. They have all kind of, you know, high standards of management, of how everything organized. Well, everybody seem have like enough of lands, kind of big houses, and so the roads are good. The grass, everybody have cut grass, and it seems like, yep, now I understand why it is so, because once all your neighbors have a grass cut, so if you will not have it cut off, then definitely it will be pretty noticeable, and you at least must feel, you know, some kind of shame because of that, and definitely you will want to get it off, at least because of that. Probably I already told about that, but just want to say it again in case if I'm not, that I love you guys don't have the fences. Almost never I see the fences. So really, why are they are? So everybody anyway understand this is somebody's property, so, and you don't have to go there. So if it's somebody else's property, so it tells me probably about a huge, you know, sense of respect to other and to others' property. No need the fences, and even those fences I have seen, they are mostly like more like a formal fences, just like, you know, just not really that protect yourself from somebody. It's not like in Russia we have like a 2 meters fences made of bricks. I love how high is the standards of you know, your living place everywhere, no matter where you are. But maybe some of you will tell me that I haven't been somewhere in other places, like, you know, I don't know why, but many of you guys love to mention Detroit as the one that portray not the best standards of living. Well, I never been to Detroit, so I cannot say anything about it, but as far as I have seen in those cities, well, it's like everywhere here. Pretty nice neighborhoods, pretty quiet and comfortable living you have there, especially if you're living near the stores. Getting back to Country Club Hills again, this is the school buses. The school buses are everywhere here, everywhere. This is the country club. You will see me in the club. Omaha Country Club. That's the place where we can see the real golf field. Even though I have a very plain imagination about this game, like all I know that you have to kick the ball with the special stick and the final purpose to get the ball in the hole. But anyway, it's just was really interesting for me to look at the golf field, something what I never seen in my place. But I'm not that interested in this game because seem a bit boring, you know. It's not like hockey that I love most of all, where the speed and the power. Driving through Dodge Street. This is, according to my map, one of the central streets of Omaha, Nebraska state. And you know, during our trip we mostly travel by car, but we use the car when we travel from city to the city. But when we are in the city itself, we don't use the car because, you know, mostly the traffic is huge and the parkings are pretty expensive. So that's why we used to return the car every time when we were coming to the city, mostly in the airports. And then we're taking the car when we go to next city early in the morning. Usually we drive one day and other days or two we are in the city, so it makes no sense to pay for the car while it's just staying. But you know, here in Omaha I have found that the rates are pretty cheap, like $30 a day, including the insurance, so why not? And the traffic here is not that bad at all, so that's why today we mostly just, you know, cruising down the streets, just looking all around. And now this is a Dodge Street, one of the central streets of the Omaha, going to the downtown now, to the old markets, Village Inn, the restaurant where we ate today. I really loved the menu. There was not only hamburgers and burgers, but there was really nice salads, eggs, potatoes. Yesterday at night, it seemed like this is not too crowded at all. There wasn't too many people because it seems like here is mostly just a business buildings, mostly business buildings, yes, and offices. And seems like in night hours, not a lot of people here. Dodge Street, and we have our hotel at Douglas Street, which is actually not far from here at all. It's Douglas Street 2211. And we have a room there for only $60. Why I say only? Because it's considered as pretty cheap for downtown of the city, and it's a pretty decent room. That's finally what we wanted to see today, the downtown, to go through the downtown. And I know that many people, oh, this is our hotel. Yeah, so I know that many people who are not living in the United States watching our channel, and often I've been asked to show just the usual streets during the traffic, just to cruise down the streets and see how everything is. Pretty wide streets here in the downtown, and not too many people around. Not too many people. It's not like in Chicago or New York. In the same time, it doesn't seem like here a lot of you know, restaurants, cafe, you know, the stores, something what can attract people to come here. Now we finish in the area that is called Old Market, and in some places it reminds me about St. Petersburg, like a manufactural parts of the St. Petersburg.
Вы прибыли к месту назначения.
Parking here is just $1.25 per minute, and I have 23 minutes for only 25 cents. The old market is the district here where a lot of such buildings Seems like kind of historical buildings, old buildings, and that's actually where all the stores are located, and probably the cafe. And yeah, here I can see already much more people than in that business area. The second vinyl and CD store that I've met at this street. So you guys here probably loves vinyl, and that's good. Restaurants, the bars, sushi shop, and the Irish pub and grill. Oh, that's nice. Imaginarium, antiques, collectibles. Omaha, we don't coast, we accomplish more together. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video where we just was driving through Omaha, Nebraska. Now we will go to the cafe, get some food, and then we'll get back to hotel early because we need to get enough of sleep, because tomorrow morning, early morning, we will continue our way to the west coast, and probably tomorrow we will move to Denver. Well, we will see. Denver, Colorado. Comment, like, and subscribe as always. Already like 70 miles we are driving in the middle of nowhere through Route 76 in a Colorado state, and that's where I decided to stop and to make a little 360 panorama. Looks very nice, and this place looks like Windows, Microsoft Windows cover, you know.